Hello and welcome to my channel. And here I'd like to discuss one of the most common misconceptions I see in the ServiceNow community is that ITSM is just an incident ticket. In a practitioner's perspective, you can define an incident, a problem, and a change, but very few actually understand how ITSM behaves inside the platform and why it becomes either a powerful operating model or just a frustrating ticket factory. So I created this video for admins, developers, and architects who uses ServiceNow and who wants to understand ITSM beyond the definitions, especially if you are supporting enterprise environments or regulated industries. So by the end of this video, you will understand how ServiceNow ITSM transforms IT operations in the real world and why the CMDB or configuration management database and ownership matter and how small design decisions completely change outcomes. And if this kind of deep practical ServiceNow explanation is useful, consider joining as a member to further support free videos like this and subscribing for more long-form platform walkthroughs. And let's talk about incidents in the platform. And what you're seeing now is a personal developer instance where you can witness real-time demo data and actual processes that runs inside the ServiceNow platform. And as we navigate in the application menu and type in incident and open the incident tickets, a proper ServiceNow incident is linked to a configuration item. And let us open this ticket where email server is down. Once I highlight the service, which is the email, that service has an owner, an approval group, support group, or the governing body who's basically looking after the ownership of the problem, how critical it is, and what else might be impacted. When teams skip CMDB and service mapping, the incident management becomes a guesswork where priority is negotiated instead of calculated. So the core of this principle, how ITSM connects three things: people who report and resolve issues, processes that control risk and speed, and systems that actually deliver the service. Without all three working together, ITSM collapses into just a noise. And this is why ServiceNow ITSM enforces structure, whether teams like it or not. So ServiceNow ITSM is to answer one simple question: how does the organization restore, change, and deliver safely services at scale? Now, as we navigate down to the configuration item, the email itself sits on top different components, and with a click of a button, you'll be able to see the associated asset is either end of life or end of service. And as a service desk, you get to triage a problem and be able to address and close the ticket in the shortest possible time. So at its core, the ServiceNow incident management will allow you to restore a service as quickly as possible when something breaks. And as you look at the top right, you get to prioritize based on impact and urgency. And as we scroll down, we have complete SLA tracking and escalation, and the ability to integrate with monitor and alerts tools that can also create incident tickets based on the criticality and the rules with integration with your monitoring tool. Now, from an incident management, you can escalate this into a problem ticket. And as we right click, you can create a problem where you can aggregate recurring incidents. And having a problem management practice is where you see whether an ITSM is mature or cosmetic. In strong implementations, root causes are documented and tracked, and fixes are easily tied back to the change records. And as you can witness, automatically, as we have created a problem ticket out of an incident, all the attributes and the information from the incident ticket are automatically transferred out of the box. And then you can delegate respectively to your problem team to be able to assess and do a root cause analysis and be able to prioritize based on the impact and also the business criticality. So ServiceNow ITSM supports real problem management only when data relationship exists. And without the CMDB, which we have shown, a problem management process just becomes a paperwork. And as we scroll down, you have the analysis information tab. If a fix is not feasible, you can apply a workaround and apply cost notes as you do a root cause analysis. And as we have pre-populated the problem form, you can see that you can add similar incidents that will give you the ability to close multiple tickets from a single problem ticket, and also provides the ability to correlate all the affected configuration items in relation to the service impacted on this problem ticket. And with the click of a button, from a problem standpoint or problem form, you get to view the top-down dependency both in the upstream and also in the downstream. So problem management in ServiceNow helps you to identify and eliminate root causes of recurring incidents, provides you root cause analysis, known error tracking, and preventive fixes tied back to incidents. Now, from a problem ticket, you can now create a CR or change request, and out of the box, you have templates already available for you. It's either a normal, standard, or an emergency change. And let us move forward with the normal change. Since ServiceNow is providing you standardization, process, and procedures, and what works well with ServiceNow, as we started from an incident ticket going to a problem, now to a change. So the configuration item is also pre-populated since changes are linked to a specific services impacted and the configuration item, where your risk is calculated and not guessed. And as we scroll down, it provides you the best practice templates from justification and ensuring quality is implemented after deployment is successful. And as we request for approval, it makes sure that the discipline in the form implemented, so no required fields are basically missed. And as it notifies, it's waiting for approval. Now approvers are targeted, which allows lower risk changes and high risk changes to slow down intentionally and low risk changes to flow quickly. And the platform is doing exactly what it was designed to do, which is to protect production without blocking progress. If this is helpful in understanding how ITSM really behaves inside ServiceNow, make sure you are subscribed and members of the channel get access to deeper architectural discussions like this. As we scroll up, ITSM without a CMDB is incomplete. And as we click in from the change request ticket, in ServiceNow, CMDB is designed correctly, where incident owners are auto-derived, change risk is contextual, and problem ownership is clear. When it is missing, everything becomes manual and accountability is chaotic and also debated, where leadership loses trust in reporting. And this is why ServiceNow best practice treats CMDB as foundation data, not as an optional enhancement. What surprised me most working on real implementation, enterprise teams think ITSM problems are tool problems. They almost always data and ownership problems. The most common mistake I see in enabling ITSM processing before defining services and owners. Foundation data is very important in pre-implementation planning, where service ownership, CI governance, and workflow are fully established, created inside the platform, and everything else becomes easier after that. And this is a common experience even with AI, automation, and self-healing systems. Incident tickets still happen, CR or change request still fails, and accountability and good decision making still matters. For ServiceNow, ITSM provides a control plane that allows organizations to move fast without breaking trust. And that is why ITSM is still the backbone of the ServiceNow platform. So in summary, ServiceNow ITSM is not about tickets. It is about how services are owned, protected, and improved at scale. When designed properly, ITSM becomes an enabler. If you want more ServiceNow architecture and platform deep dives, subscribe and consider joining as a member. And my question to you, how are you currently using your ITSM in your environment? Is it service driven or still ticket driven? I would love to hear your experience in the comment section.